we wanted to talk about the big three. We've got the main event, which is ALEX PEREIRA versus Magomed Ankalaev 2. We've got the co-main, which is MERAB DVALISHVILI versus Sandhagen. And we've got the main card fight, whatever you want to call it, which is Procházka versus KHALIL Rountree. Big implications for the light heavyweight division, obviously, because not only do you have the title fight, but potentially on the same card, the guys who could be fighting for the title next. So very interesting. Let me hear your opinions on Magomed Ankalaev versus ALEX PEREIRA.
Well, first I want to say, I think you're right. There is a potential championship implication on the Procházka-KHALIL Rountree fight, but I want to say I don't think KHALIL gets the title fight if he's the one that wins.
I think Yuri does, though.
I think that changes things. I think if KHALIL wins, I think that fight goes to Olberg. I think Olberg beating Dom Reyes is a big win. It might not be the big win.
He is third in the division as well. So,
yeah, but I think Magomed Pereira, obviously everybody saw the beef that they had. Pretty funny. Neither of them know what they're saying to each other.
Yeah, they're going like this, blah, 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 blah. And then the other guy goes, blah, 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 and then
it's just slightly awkward. It's like,
and then they speak. They each have like a couple words of English. Like Magomed Ankalaev is walking away. He goes, 4th October. And ALEX PEREIRA just goes, Shama. Yeah. Fucking stupid. It's
been interesting, ALEX PEREIRA saying, oh, do I keep the hair? Do I wear my yellow trunks or my custom trunks? It's like, this is very un-ALEX PEREIRA-like.
Yeah. Normally he's much more stoic.
With that said, ALEX PEREIRA was hurt the last time they fought. He said he was about 40%.
Yeah.
Let's just say he was 80%, and let's just say he's overestimating that and using it as an excuse. He only needed 5 or 10% more of himself to get the win last time. It was a really close fight. So I'm going ALEX PEREIRA, and I usually think it's going to be a very, very different fight. I think he might be able to knock out Ankalaev or at least hurt him a little bit more than he did last time. I think the leg kicks are going to be big for him. I got ALEX PEREIRA and tying this up and maybe seeing a trilogy.
I think, number one, I think if ALEX PEREIRA wins, I think the UFC will do whatever they can to avoid a trilogy and a chance at Magomed Ankalaev becoming champ again.
They probably want Tom Aspinall versus Pereira if they can.
But I think so. Magomed Ankalaev in the last fight was in the midst of Ramadan.
Good point.
So he was also not at 100%, right? So I think I want Alex to win. I want to pick Alex, but I'm gonna go with Magomed for my prediction. I think Magomed wins it, and I think the reason why is I think we're either going to see two things from ALEX PEREIRA. I think he's either going to be gun shy like he was in the first fight and get outstruck like he did in the first fight because he's just gun shy. He's afraid of the takedown, and he defended the takedown great, but because he was so afraid of it, or we'll see ALEX PEREIRA like he normally is, throwing, in which case he may open up for the takedown. And not that Magomed Ankalaev is going to take him down and submit him, but he might take him down and just kind of hold him there and win by control time. Kind of like he did in the last fight where, yes, he did outstrike him, but he really won with all that cage control time, right? So
that's the only thing that won him the fight, because there were 3 rounds where Pereira did more damage, maybe even 4, but 2 of which the control was just that much more detrimental.
So I think Magomed has a chance to win that way. Now, of course, ALEX PEREIRA, left hook from hell. That guy can put you out in any way, shape, or form. And if he's able to keep the distance, work with the leg kicks, body kicks, even head kicks, I could see him winning. But what I think he needs to do is trust his takedown defense, right? He's been drilling it. He did good in the first fight.
He has Glover in his corner.
Even if you get taken down, I don't think Magomed Ankalaev is going to hunt for submissions like a lot of other guys would. Maybe he will, but I don't see it. So I think he needs to just fight his normal fight. I think he needs to work on keeping the hands up a little more because Magomed is fast. He's fast for a light heavyweight. But trust your takedown defense and go out there and strike with him because you are the better overall striker, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of chimed in there. I think the big thing for Alex is he has Glover. I mean, Glover's the guy who's been there, done that. And Alex has been on the mats training everything, or I should say Alex. So regardless, I think Alex will be ready. I think the one thing I maybe like to counter your thoughts with is I don't know if Alex is scared of the takedown. I just think he has a sense of urgency, which I'd like to see a lot of other fighters who are striking based have. I think he knows that he's going to win the fight more times than not on the feet, and he knows he's going to lose it more times than not on the ground. So I think he just has that urgency. And I think that's smart. So
yes, but in the first fight, he didn't show that. I mean, he only landed 11. he landed 11 significant strikes to the head in the first fight, right? Like that's what I mean. He was gun shy.
Sure.
Was
Yes.
it because of injuries? Was it because he was scared of the takedown? I think a little bit of both probably, but he was too gun shy. He was too
And
right?
I just do think sometimes people forget that, he is a patient counter striker. That's a kickboxer. He finds his range and then he goes from there. And when you're fighting a grappler, it changes everything.
Absolutely. But 11 head strikes in a 5-round fight,
Not enough.
no, not enough. So he needs to throw more. And he just needs to do more, I think, because Magomed is going to be capable of holding him against the cage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. But moving on, Corey Sandhagen versus Merab DVALISHVILI. What's your take on this fight? Who do you think wins that?
Well, from a very basic, granular, very high level perspective, I think both these fights are very similar.
Merab by wrestle fuck.
Or Corey. And I think the thing with Corey is I think Corey could hit that flying knee, right? Like, you know what Merab's going to do. So Merab's going to hug and hold. Well, Corey's got those long elbows, those long arms, those long knees. Like
Corey is a good grappler as well. Like he's not a bad grappler. So,
and he's quick and he has the size. With all of that said, I do think it makes it hard to pick him against Merab because I think you're seeing the best version of Merab ever. He's finally getting finishes against the best of the best. Yeah. And he's already saying he wants to win this fight and face Peter Yan in December. He's not done yet. So I think when you look at Merab, you're looking at the best version that he's probably ever been and maybe will ever be because he's over on the wrong side of 30 now. So I think when you look at it, it's a really tough fight because stylistically, I typically would be looking at a guy like Corey and saying this is a guy that could give Merab a lot of problems. Mm-hmm. But I think Merab might be able to use the leverage that he's going to have by being the smaller guy and get underneath Corey and maybe work his way to the back. I actually think he might be able to choke out a Corey Sandhagen, which is probably going against any statistical metrics that would state that. But I don't know. I think it's a really interesting fight. I would lean Merab, but I don't want to count Corey out by any means.
I think it will be a competitive fight. I think it will be a decision. And I think it will probably be 3 rounds to 2 I think I could see the first 2 rounds going to Sandhagen. And then I could see Merab's cardio and wrestling really taking over in the final 3, right? But I could also see a world where, I mean, there's always a chance Corey gets the flash knockout, right? Always a chance, right?
But it's a chance.
I think more realistically, I think Merab's probably going to do what he did to guys like Peter Yan, Umar. Like, I just think it's going to be more of the same, right? I think maybe we might see like just another Umar versus Merab where it's like it's competitive, but Merab still got the clear win kind of thing. But I am going to pick Merab. I just think Merab has all the tools to beat anyone in that division. I think he is the bantamweight GOAT in my opinion.
Well, if he isn't now, he will be after another win.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, I'm going to pick Merab. I think decision. If he wins, I think it'd be cool if he hunts for some finishes. I'd like to see Merab get some finishes. But Khalil Rountree, Yuri Procházka, I'm going to pick Yuri Procházka. Yuri Procházka's defense has shored up a lot. His head movement's gotten better. We've seen that in his last fight. We've seen in his new training footage, he's keeping his hands up, which he never used to do. I think that limits the chances for Khalil Rountree to really find Yuri's chin. And I think Yuri has more tools than Khalil, especially on the ground. I think Yuri could take this to the ground and then give Khalil Rountree some issues. But that's just my thoughts. What are yours?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my thoughts are very similar to yours. I'm a big Khalil Rountree fan. And I think for Khalil Rountree, a lot of the times, guys like Yuri who have their styles the way they do, it works for Khalil because that body kick, dangerous. That kick can then come upstairs, and then he can come with that left overhand too. So that's really dangerous. But I don't think he's faced guys like Yuri who, have taken a hit and multiple hits and beatings and still come back and won. And I don't think he's fought someone with the footwork and motion of Yuri. And I think it's going to make Khalil a little bit gun shy to swing. So I also like Yuri.
Yuri's also very creative.
Yes. And he throws from weird angles. So I think he'll be able to find a way to land and make that play, get what he needs to. But I do think it edges Yuri, but it's a very hesitant pick because Khalil has the power that can change any fight.
I think based upon their They both fought Jamal Hill. I think Yuri had the more impressive fight with Jamal Hill.
Yeah, they both had very impressive wins.
They were both very impressive, but I think Yuri's was more impressive. And I think that based upon the way that those fights went, I think Yuri gets it done. And I just like Yuri. Let's go for that. But
and you know what? I will.
I'm coming.
I'm coming.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome, dude.
I will say with Yuri too, underrated. He will have the grappling advantage too.
Yeah.
So I don't think he uses it, but if it ends up on the mat, I think Yuri wins every scramble and every position.
Yeah. I agree.